Ever dreamt of that perfect backyard movie night? Big screen 4K projector. Then reality hits.
Hmm.
How do you get the signal out there? Running HDMI hundreds of feet. Signal loss. Or maybe worse, that absolute spaghetti monster of wires for video, audio, and control.
Oh, yeah. Or even just across a big living room, right? You want that clean look, media center tucked away, TV mounted, but then you get glitches or the picture just isn't quite right. It's a common headache.
Definitely a headache. Well, today we're diving deep into a technology built to, well, basically solve exactly that, HDBaseT 2.0. We're going to look at how solutions like this WolfPack 4K 30Hz HDBaseT 2.0 extender are really changing the game.
That's the plan. Our mission today is to really unpack what HDBaseT 2.0 can do, show you its capabilities, and specifically how an extender like this gives you a powerful, really streamlined way to get high-quality AV anywhere, home cinema, office, you name it. We'll try to cut through some of the tech jargon too, focus on the actual real-world benefits for you.
Okay, so let's start right there. Let's nail down the core problem HDBaseT was invented to fix. So, you know the drill. You've got a great 4K TV, maybe a nice media player. You want that amazing picture.
Yeah.
But your source, maybe it's a streaming box or something, is hidden away. The display is, I don't know, 50, 100 feet away.
Exactly. And standard HDMI cables, they're great for short distances, maybe 10, 15 feet tops, reliably. But push them much further and, well, they just weren't designed for that.
You start seeing issues, right?
Yeah.
Flicker, dropouts, the quality just degrades.
Yeah, and then if you need separate audio, maybe network control signals, you end up with a mess of different cables. It gets complicated fast.
It's not just messy, it's often unreliable too.
Precisely. The fundamental issue is signal integrity over distance. That high-speed digital data in HDMI, it's pretty fragile over long copper runs. It loses strength, picks up interference. So you need something more robust. A dedicated distribution standard becomes, well, essential, not just nice to have for serious setups. You're fighting physics otherwise.
Okay, so standard cables have their limits. How do we beat that? How do you send pristine 4K video plus immersive audio, maybe control signals, hundreds of feet away without any mess or loss in quality? What's the magic here?
Well, that's where HDBaseT comes in. It's not just about extending a signal. It's a whole standard for multimedia distribution. It really changes how you think about AV wiring. The truly revolutionary thing about HDBaseT is its ability to transmit what's called the 5-play feature set.
5-play, okay, what's in the bundle?
Right, so it's uncompressed HD video, high-quality audio, Ethernet connectivity, various control signals, and sometimes even power over cable or PAPO-C. And the key is, it does all of this over a single standard C6 or C7 Ethernet cable, the kind you probably already have in your walls.
Well, okay. All of that down one network cable.
Exactly. Think about the engineering challenge there. Packing all those different signal types together reliably without interference over one affordable cable. That's the genius of HDBaseT. It takes you from needing multiple, often expensive specialized cables down to just one. Simple, elegant, powerful.
And this WolfPack 4K 30Hz HDBaseT 2.0 HDMI extender we mentioned, that's a perfect example of this in action.
Absolutely. It embodies that principle. Its
Yeah.
main job, its core promise, is extending your Ultra HD HDMI video and audio up to, what, 330 feet? To your display or projector?
330 feet, that's really far for a single cable run carrying 4K video.
It is impressive. And 1080p can go even further on that same cable.
Okay, so let's talk tangible benefits. What does this WolfPack extender actually do for you, the listener? First up, obviously, that distance. 330 feet for 1080p, you said, and still a massive 220 feet for 4K video, all on one CT6 or T7 cable. That opens up huge possibilities for where you put things.
Huge flexibility, yeah. But crucially, it's not just about the distance. It's about doing it with zero compromise on signal integrity. Meaning it delivers uncompressed video. That's the key word. It's not squashing the signal down to send it. What you see at the display end, 200, 300 feet away, should be identical to plugging in a 3-foot HDMI cable right at the source. No degradation, no lag, no weird compression artifacts.
Okay, that's critical. Get the exact picture you started with. Now, you mentioned 4K. We need to talk compliance, right? HDMI 2.0, HDCP 2.2. Why are those numbers important?
Very important. Compliance is key for everything working together smoothly. HDMI 2.0 is the standard that gave us the bandwidth needed for things like 4K at decent frame rates. And HDTV 2.2, that's the latest copy protection. Almost all new 4K content streaming, Blu-rays, whatever uses it. If your extender doesn't support HDCP 2.2, guess what? blank screen.
Ah, right. So no 4K Netflix or Blu-ray without it.
Exactly. So having both HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2 means this WolfPack extender is compatible with current 4K sources and displays, and it'll actually let you watch the protected content. It keeps you current.
Makes total sense. So we're good for protective 4K. What about the specific video formats it handles? And the sound?
Good question. For video, this particular unit supports 4K, specifically 4K 2K at 30 Hz, with YCBCR 4.2.0 color sampling. That's a common format. And of course, full HD 1080p at 60 Hz, so solid video support. And the audio support keeps pace. It handles high-res, lossless formats like LPCM 7.1 at 192 kHz. Also Dolby True HD and DTS HD Master Audio.
So your fancy surround sound stays fancy, even over the long distance.
Precisely. No compromise on the audio quality either. You get the full, immersive experience intended by the soundtrack creators.
Okay, pristine picture, pristine sound, long-distance single cable. Amazing. But what about controlling the gear? If my Blu-ray player is 200 feet away, how do I hit play? That usually means more wires, right?
But that's the beauty of HDBaseT's 5-play. It integrates control signals, too. This WolfPack extender, for instance, supports bidirectional infrared IR.
Bidirectional, meaning?
Meaning you can point your remote at the TV or projector end to control the source device hidden away in the cabinet. And you could potentially control the TV or projector from the source end, too, if needed. It works both ways.
Okay, that's convenient. No need to run separate IR extender cables.
Exactly. And it also handles RS-232 control signals, again, bidirectionally. RS-232 is often used for more advanced system control, maybe with home automation systems. Basically, connecting the RS-232 ports on the transmitter and receiver acts like a long serial extension cable, all running over that same single CT6. It integrates everything.
That's a really complete picture. So we've talked a lot about HDBaseT, but specifically HDBaseT 2.0. That 2.0 must mean something significant, right? What was the leap from 1.0?
Oh, absolutely. The 2.0 marks a major evolution. HDBaseT 1.0, which came out around August 2013, was primarily focused on the basics, the physical connection, the data link. It defined a solid point-to-point connection, one source to one display, really well.
Okay, so like a direct pipe.
Kind of, yeah. But HDBaseT 2.0, that was a huge leap. It added much more intelligence, networking capabilities, switching, even control point features. Critically, it moved beyond just point-to-point. It defined point-to-multipoint connectivity. Think multiple streams, potentially going to multiple places, much more like a network.
So not just one-to-one anymore.
Right. And 2.0 also baked in native support for things like USB 2.0. That makes it easier for manufacturers to build devices they don't have to add extra chips or complexity. It leads to better, potentially cheaper products.
And wasn't there something called HomePlay linked with 2.0? What's that about?
Yes. HomePlay is a really key part of the HDBaseT 2.0 vision. It's essentially a feature set designed to make this powerful technology more accessible and affordable for, well, home users. The idea is to let regular consumers easily turn their whole home into a multimedia hub, any source to any screen, plug-and-play simplicity, without the pro installer price tag or complexity.
So taking the pro-level stuff and making it consumer-friendly.
Exactly. It's about democratizing that high-performance, reliable, multi-room AV experience. That's what's really fascinating about the push behind HomePlay.
Okay, I like that analogy you used earlier. HDBaseT 1.0 is like a direct phone line. Great quality, but just between 2 points. HDBaseT 2.0 with HomePlay is more like a full home network, handling multiple calls, video streams, maybe even smart home stuff, all over the same wires.
That's a pretty good way to think about it. Yeah, more versatile, more integrated.
So with all these capabilities packed into one standard, how does HDBaseT really stack up against other ways people try to send HD signals long distances? There are other options out there, right?
There are, but HDBaseT holds a pretty unique position. It's really the only standard technology that delivers that full 5-play package, especially the uncompressed video part over standard TET-T6 or CAT-T7 cable for up to 100 meters, 328 feet.
Only one that does uncompressed over standard network cable that far.
Correct. And potentially, with up to 100 watts of power delivery, PUC included. Many other solutions need proprietary cables, like specialized fiber optic HDMI, which work great but are way more expensive and fragile.
Right, running fiber isn't exactly a casual DIY job.
Not usually, no. Or you might look at wireless extenders, but they often involve compression, can introduce latency, and are prone to interference. HDBaseT leverages the inexpensive, robust Ethernet cabling that's often already installed, standard RJ45 connectors. It's optimized for video, designed for this exact purpose.
And you mentioned future-proofing.
Yeah, it was designed with headroom. It already has the bandwidth capacity to support future 2K and 4K formats at higher frame rates than are common today. So it's built to last as standards evolve.
Okay, it sounds incredibly capable, especially using common cables.
Hmm.
But are there any, I don't know, gotchas, any complexities for someone setting this up at home? It almost sounds too easy.
That's fair. The main thing really isn't a gotcha of HDBase itself, but more a general cabling best practice. You do need good quality Cat6A or ideally Cat7 cable, especially for the longest 4K runs. Using cheap, substandard, or poorly terminated network cable can still cause issues, just like it would for your computer network.
So use decent cable, basically.
Use decent, properly installed cable, but the point is, it's standard cable, not some exotic, expensive, fragile thing you need special tools for. For most people, if they use good Cat6A7, it's going to be a really smooth, reliable experience. It hits that sweet spot of high performance and practical installation.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's pull this all together for the listener. What are the real practical day-to-day wins they get from using HDBaseT 2.0, maybe with something like this WolfPack extender? First, obviously, good bi-cable clutter. One single LAN cable instead of potentially 3, 4, or more. Less mess behind the gear.
Definitely cleaner. Second, distance just isn't an issue anymore. Up to 100 meters, 328 feet is massive. And you can't even chain them for longer runs if needed, though that adds complexity.
Third, quality you can absolutely trust. That uncompressed video means the picture stays perfect no matter the distance. What you put in is what you get out.
Crucial point. Fourth, it often leads to more cost-effective installations. Standard A cable is cheap compared to long-run HDMI or fiber. Standard connectors, easy termination.
Fifth, as we said, is future-proof. Ready for today's HD and 4K, and built with capacity for what's next.
And finally, that simplified control thanks to bidirectional IR and RS-232. Managing your whole system becomes seamless, even when devices are far apart. It all adds up to a really reliable, low latency, just smooth and easy entertainment experience.
And just so people know what they're getting into, a typical kit like the WolfPack extender we've mentioned usually comes with everything, right? The transmitter box, the receiver box, the little IR cables for sending and receiving remote signals, RS-232 adapters if you need them, mounting bits, and yeah, power supplies for both ends. It's designed to be pretty much plug and play.
A complete solution in the box, typically.
So wrapping things up, HDBaseT 2.0 and products like this WolfPack extender really aren't just about sending HDMI further. It's bigger than that. It's about fundamentally simplifying your whole AE setup, reducing clutter, guaranteeing quality, and integrating control, all through one standard, affordable cable. It takes a complex problem and offers a genuinely elegant solution.
Yeah, it really does. And this kind of brings up a bigger thought, doesn't it? As standards like HDBaseT 2.0 keep evolving and features like HomePlay make this tech more mainstream, how is this going to change what we expect from our home AV setups? We're moving beyond just pro installs. What new ways of experiencing media, controlling our devices, and integrating everything seamlessly does this open up for all of us, in our everyday lives? That potential for truly connected, high-performance entertainment everywhere in the home is